Yo, it's the one and only SierraRareReflection. I just want to say thank you to everyone who took the time out, tuned in, subscribed to my channel, who's actually took time to watch these videos. You know, I'm really paying attention to the analytics and things like that, and I see that some people's duration is only about 4 minutes. So I appreciate those of you who have watched the 15 minutes, who have watched the 27 minutes, who have watched the 45-minute interviews. I really appreciate that. Sierra is an 80s baby. Sierra was born in 1985, May 6, to Angela Humphries and Nelson Corey Tavares. On my mother's side, I am an only child, so you know that was a little different. But with my father, I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Shout out to Tiana, Octavia, Anthony, and DeAndre. My childhood was pretty sweet. It was pretty cool. I started at Summit. I ended at Summit 5th grade. Went on to Lehman Middle School. Did 6th through 8th there. And then I took my talents to Timken Senior High School. And I graduated from Timken Senior High School, class of '03. We almost 20 years out the game. I think this is year 19. But yeah, I spent the majority of my childhood on the northwest side of Canton, Ohio. Yeah, so the brand. I came up with the brand just, you know, brainstorming and trying to come up with something that I knew that no one could copy or duplicate. I knew that starting this game that there's a lot of monkey see, monkey do. So I just always wanted to separate myself from the crowds or just from what the likes of other people are doing. I've always been that way my whole entire life. So as far as like the brand goes, it really came from a situation that I had got myself into back in 2018, where I had got myself into some trouble that landed me on house arrest. So now I'm on house arrest in 2018, and I'm not allowed to leave my house after 4 p.m. The only time I was able to leave was during my work hours. So with me getting off work at 3 p.m., they gave me a 12-hour window. So I had from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. to do my job and get back in the house. So I said all that to say this, you know, sitting in the crib, brainstorming, I came up with a brand, and I went through several different name changes. I actually put together a collective of my friends, like a group chat with at least 10 people that, you know, some of these people didn't even know each other, and I had put them all in the group chat just to get the different opinions and things like that. So I had a collective group that actually helped me decide on the final name. As far as the logo goes, that was me doing trademark research and looking into graphic designing and ways to come up with my own logo. A lot of people ask me how I came up with the name Rare Reflection. It's actually Sierra Rare Reflection, and it is excuse me, it was something that I was going through as far as trademarking. I had like 4 main names that I wanted to use, and it was like every one of those names was somehow already trademarked. So it was like I went through a process where I'm just overthinking situations and I'm just going through the motions, and I'm just trying to come up with something that not only represents myself, but something that other people can put on and be proud, you know. Okay, so the name and the logo. Long story, but I guess that's what we're here for, right? So look, check it out. I'll start with the logo. The logo came from a logo designing company called PNC Logos, located down in Florida. And what I did was, I got my money right, and I set up some stuff to, have a meeting or two with their graphic designers. I couldn't meet with them, of course, they're in Florida, so we, introduced ourselves through a Skype meeting, and then it turned into about a week of conversation. But went on, I sat down and I discussed with him what I was trying to do, and how I wanted to put it together was, basically this design that you see. I told them like I had been drawing, trying to come up with things. I'm writing my name Sierra, because at this point I had discovered, after going through so many names that I couldn't use because of trademark purposes, I knew that I could brand myself. I ain't trademarked. You know what I mean? Nobody's touched that base yet, and I could still use one of the original names that I wanted to rock with. So that's how we came up with SierraRareReflection as far as the name goes. But the logo, like I was saying, I was telling the guys, like, I'm drawing things and I'm writing out my name, but I'm using a $ for my S, and I'm playing with the 2 R's in my name. Like, I'm putting them backwards, I'm putting one backwards, I'm putting them facing each other, I'm just playing with the S and I'm playing with the double R's, and I'm sticking on the double R's with the rare reflection, so that, later on I could break it down to an acronym like you see, SRR. So, they gave me 4 shots of what they took from what I gave them, and we ended up with this, which is where you see the $ still in the S, and then the S is made up of 2 lowercase r's with the r's on the rare reflection. There's one, and then there's the other. Okay, you see that? A lot of people don't know that, so I guess that's another reason we're here as well, to explain the logo. But yeah, that's how SierraRareReflection came about. This logo is mine, it is trademarked, the name is mine, I own it, it is trademarked. And it will be on a lot of things, not just clothing, merch. This YouTube channel, you see that? Rare Reflection Station. Thank you for you all who have already subscribed, smashed the like button, shared it. I appreciate all of that. I have better content coming. I'm going to just continue to get better. Yo, shout out to everyone fucking with the channel, Rare Reflection Station. Shout out to everybody fucking with SierraRareReflection, the brand. Shout out to everybody who shared my content, watched my content, subscribed to my content, and even smash the like button on my content. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I'm just going to continue to keep pushing it. I started the YouTube channel because I felt like it was a way for me to be a connector. It was a way for me to pull different entrepreneurs together and put them all in one place. And to be honest, I started with the likes of my favorites. I have some still in the stash that I haven't released yet, but yeah, I started the YouTube channel because it's my way to express my environment, my art, and other artists. They give you a chance to know people that you probably wouldn't even get a chance to have a conversation with on the regular. You can press play and see what they're about a little bit. I'd be honored to have anyone that's interested in sitting down, chopping it up, promoting their business, promoting what they got going on. So this is the thing. I know it's time for me to stop smoking cigarettes because I don't even like the way I look on camera with them. Yeah, that's not it. That's not cool. I can't even imagine what that looks like in person. I'm not trying to be wringing out leather Newports in the summertime. It's just time to stop smoking cigarettes. So if you could leave some healthy pointers in the comments section, some things that'll help me out, some directions to take, or just some guidelines to follow, it'd be greatly appreciated because I'm ready to tap out of there. This is my 4th year as a non-alcoholic. You hear me? 4th year non-alcoholic. That was that negative that I was talking about, turning it into a positive. See, what I had did was, like I said, I had got myself in some trouble and I had to sit down and really analyze my life, reevaluate my life. So when I sat down in 2018 and I decided to quit drinking, once I stopped drinking, I started saving hundreds of dollars, like literally, in a quick time too, So I took them hundreds of dollars and I invested in myself. You feel me? So that was how I turned my negative into a positive. And like I said, 4-year non-alcoholic this year. I'm beyond proud of myself. 4 years. Okay? My brand is 3 years. You see what I mean? It's just a beautiful thing. And I encourage you all to sit down and reevaluate some things and turn some negatives into some positives. And stay consistent. You'll be very proud of yourself. Like, I feel more healthier than I've ever felt in my life. And I'm 37 years old. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, and it is what it is. If you feel deeply in your heart that something is for you, I advise you, don't waste time. Get into it. I like to call this the SRR cap cutter. Cause this baby get the slapping on that cap like, and you out of there. Shout out to Angela Humphries again, and special shout out to Jackie Tharp, my auntie. I love her. I love them. I love them all. But yeah, shout out to anybody who had anything to do with my childhood and upbringing, as far as my aunts and my uncles, grandmas, grandpas, cousins. Shout out to my whole fucking family, you know what I mean? Shout out to my homegirls, Bernadette Taylor, Jessica Esway, Deandra Johnson. Shout out to my best friend, Angela O, Big Angie O, my nigga Angela Oliver, my player partner Duke, Daryl Davenport. Shout out Stephanie Piper, my basketball coach. I love her. I think about her all the time because she taught me a lot of lessons that I wish I would have applied back then that are very valuable now. You know, life is like a sport in some sort. So shout out to Stephanie Piper. Shout out to my team. Shout out to the Crown. Shout out Mr. Crown Jeweler 330. Shout out Noor, my homegirl, my little sis Deja. You know, shout out my co-host, Ohio Hawk. Shout out my team, man. Without them, a lot of things I do today wouldn't even be possible, you know. It's always good to have a good collective of people around you that are on the same page as you, that are moving at the same accord. You only can bounce ideas and get better, you know. Shout out to my cousin Treasure Humphries. Me and her did a lot of groundwork together. A lot of groundwork together, you know, with these brands and building them and teaching each other stuff and just sitting down laptop to laptop. You know, it was a lot of building with the cuz. Shout out Blaze University. Shout out Plush. Shout out Nino. Shout out JT Cody. You know? Shout out motherfucking YouTube. Shout out My job, my real job. I've been at that motherfucker for 15 years this year in May. Salute to that, you know.